All right, let's get started, folks. I'm going to call the subcommittee on the Energy and Water Development of the Appropriations Committee to order. With us today is Secretary Chris Wright, who's going to talk to us about the proposed Trump skinny budget, if you will. I'm just going to have a couple of preliminary comments, and then I'm going to turn to the vice chair of the entire committee and the ranking member of the subcommittee to make remarks. Look, we all know about the portfolio of the Department of Energy. It's a smorgasbord, everything from nuclear weapon stockpiles to research to supercomputing to artificial intelligence. There are two things, Mr. Secretary, I want to point out in my opening statement that got my attention. The spending at your department, this is not your fault, but it's unsustainable. It's simply unsustainable. If you take a look and compare the current budget of the Department of Energy, just go back a few years to fiscal year 2021. In fiscal year 2021, the department's budget was roughly $61 billion. Today, it's roughly $160 billion. That's a what, 161% increase? That's pretty dramatic. And I know your proposed skinny budget is addressing some of that. I hope we can address the spending with a scalpel, not a meat axe, but we're going to have to address it. I'll also point out, let's see that other chart. The Inspector General, you've probably read the report, Chris, but the report came out in November of 2024. The Inspector General identified $1 billion in what it called wasteful spending, unsupportive spending, or fraudulent spending. That's a lot of taxpayer money. So I'm looking forward to this today. I'm a pretty much of an all of the above energy type guy. I will support any form of energy that is that's affordable, that's efficient, that's accessible. That includes renewables. In my judgment, President Biden's administration concentrated almost exclusively, I should say, on renewables. We've spent a lot of money. I don't see that we've gotten the results. The average electricity bill in America for the average American family over the past 4 years is up 28%. And that's the first thing they care about. And we've got to address it. And I hope we can today, Mr. Secretary, talk very specifically about what programs are working and what programs aren't. Because what has happened in the past, since I've been on this committee, is we get together as a subcommittee, we get our top line numbers, our staffs go off on the Democratic staffs and the Republican staffs, go off and negotiate. And at least on my side of the aisle, the staff comes back and said, good news, spending's only going to go up 6%. Well, those days are gone, as far as I'm concerned. That's just not acceptable to me. Not when you've had 161% increase. And with that, I'll turn to the vice chair of the Appropriations Committee and the ranking member of the Energy and Water Development Subcommittee, my good friend, Senator Patty Murray.